everybody. Hey, this is Phil from Walmart Right Lane Trucking coming at you. It is Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. And I'm in the best mood ever. Look at that. Look at that view out there. That is a lake up here right by Nyack. And it's just like a little lake pond, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what it constitutes as a lake. But I'm on my way. 3 stores. And I checked my hours, and guess what? Based on these 3 stores, depending on what time I get done today, I can extend. I already called Sacramento, let the manager know there that I'm interested in extending. I'm going to do day cab work tomorrow. So, I don't know what it is. I'm in a great mood today. All right, let's keep it rolling then, because I got to keep this good, positive vibe all day. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later. All right, everyone. This is Phil from Walmart. Hey, I just delivered to my first store here in Vacaville. You saw the video of me backing in. I set it up, and yeah, you just gotta hug the side sometimes. What you didn't see is there is another vendor off to my left, my driver's side left, so I didn't have a whole lot of room. So I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see he's gone now. You can see the alleyway there. He was all the way to the left by the wall, and so I just had to make sure I hugged this side here, went all the way up, and then made it straight back from there. All right, so I'm off to my next store. That is Fairfield. So catch you there. All right, everyone. Hey, this is Phil again. Walmart. Hey, I am done unloading, or they are done unloading my trailer. There was a total of 7 on paperwork, but there's a total of 8 in the trailer. Go figure that one out. Yeah, I'm here in Fairfield. Been here many times. It's pretty easy. I'm going to show you the kind of the route. I showed you me backing coming in. So you come in from the right side there, and then you just hug along this side here, and then you bring it along, see the tire tracks, follow the tire tracks, you saw me come in, and then you just follow it along to the shopping carts, and then back out. Depending on what dock you're going into, depends on how you're going to do it. Now, if I was coming in for GM, I would just kind of pull in towards me from that entrance to my driver, or to my passenger side, the right side, and then just come straight towards where I'm standing right now in order to back into the GM side there. So now I got to get going. Now I got to get going and get out of here. I got one more store to deliver. All right, talk to you later. All right, everyone. Hey, I'm getting to my next store. This is Suisun City. Now, there's 3 ways into this. The directions will tell you to make this right here through this drive here. So that's the way I always go. So, but you could go straight and then, sorry, I'm just paying attention to the turn in my mirror. Could go straight and then make a right in. There's a driveway up here on my left, and that's the driveway I normally use if I'm going to grocery. And then there's another driveway down there by the stop sign that you can come in as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and make my left in here. Delivery truck entrance only, it says. Delivery truck entrance only. I think I'm delivering. No camping, no overnight camping. So I'm gonna go straight towards the building. You see the bird get out of the way. Maybe you can't see the bird. But then I'm gonna hug this side. I gotta go to my driver's side and turn it in. And I gotta hug this side so my tandems on my trailer make it around the corner here. Plenty of room back there. I looked over my shoulder, out the window, and now I gotta avoid this fence. You see that fence? It's not in the best of shape. So then I come in here, and usually I can look in my mirror. I'm looking at my front fender mirror right now. That's the mirror I'm looking in, and I can see the closest dock is the one closest to me as I come in here is open and available. So I'm gonna come in and check my right mirror, make sure I clear those the wall and the posts over there, and then I'm just gonna bring it over until my tandem's past the line, and then crank it back to the driver's side. Oh, nice and slow. You see how slow I'm going? I'm not going real fast. There's no need to hurry, right? And then I'm gonna just crank it hard, 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 and then probably too much, but yeah, I went in too much. So I can fix that by just continuing going straight. You see how much room we have. If you have room, use it. If you have the room, use it. Get it straight so you have a nice, straight, easy back. And that should be an easy enough back. So I'm going to go ahead and do my 360 and yeah, get this thing delivered, right? All right, everyone. Hey, I'm all done here with my frozen dairy. There's mine. As I'm getting ready to go, the meat and produce guy shows up. So do the friendly thing. He doesn't have a radio. I do. I let them know that the meat and produce guy is here. So he's backing up to the door now. So that's pretty cool. Perfect timing. I was able to get off the dock just in time for him to get on. So from here, I am pretty much done for the day, I think, unless they have something short for me once I get back to Sac. I am going to take old Wally down the road and get her washed. It's on the way back. So I'm going to go down Highway 12 to Lodi, and then there's the Blue Beacon right over there by all the truck stops. So from there, I will head up to Sacramento and then call it a day. Unless, like I said, they got something short for me. But otherwise, it's going to be the end of my day. So I'll check in when I get to Blue Beacon. Talk to you later. All right, everyone. I'm coming up to a roundabout. I'm on Highway 12. Highway 12. They put this roundabout in here to help with traffic coming off the roadway from Dixon. I think that goes to Dixon or towards Dixon. They couldn't get, and then the lights didn't work. So they put this roundabout in, and it's pretty, been working really well. And they did a pretty good job making sure it's nice and wide. So you can see I went over to my right, now I'm going back over to my left, checking traffic, making sure nobody's coming, and then I'm going to go out straight towards the yellow line, then back over to my right side, passenger side, hug this side, hug this side, hug the right side, checking the back side, making sure I'm going around the yellow line, and I didn't touch, and off I go. Yeah, that's how you handle a roundabout on a big rig 53-foot trailer. Now I've got a passing lane right here. I'm gonna go ahead and signal that I'm going into the passing lane. I'm letting the cars know behind me that, hey, if they want to get around me, they need to hurry it up. And this passing lane isn't very long, but it's uphill, so I'm going to be going slow up this hill. I am empty, however, I'm still got to gain speed from going through that roundabout at like 10 miles an hour, if that. So now I'm just watching the cars going from the front window to my driver's side mirror. One car passed, back to the front, and back to the mirror, another car's coming up, back to the front, and you can see the yellow signs coming up. I'm seeing the yellow signs. That means my lane is going to end up here pretty soon. So I've got to really watch how they're going to handle this and see how many cars are going to try to race me to the end here. Right about now is when I'll go ahead and indicate my intention, and I have one person that decided he or she did not think that they can make it past me, so I'm going to go ahead and merge over and thank that person for hanging loose and hanging back there. So you've just got to keep going from front to your driver's side mirror or traffic side mirror, whatever side that might be. If you're on the other side, they're passing you on your passenger side, then you want to check your passenger side mirror, or what we call the traffic side mirror, and then go back to the front, then to your mirror, then back to the front. Keep your eye on those cars, because some of them will take it all the way to the end, and then they'll try to pass you, and you can see them coming up. If that's the case, slow down some more. I know you're going the speed limit, but slow down. Go 50 instead, and that way you ensure that they're going to get past you and not clip your front bumper, or you're not going to clip their rear bumper because they're taking so long to pass. So that's how you handle those passing lanes. All right, guys, I'm off to Blue Beacon. Talk to you later. Bye. What's up, everybody? Hey, this is Phil from Walmart Right Lane Trucking, coming at you, and it's Saturday night. Saturday night. I have finished my day. Wasn't a very productive day. I mean, as far as mileage goes, but that's all right, because as I told you, I'm extending over. So I'm going to extend over tomorrow, get that extra day. That actually makes up for only 4 days last week that I worked in that pay period, or that pay week. So I'll have 4 days last week, and I'll have 6 days. Got to get them all in there on my fingers. Pull it out here. 6 days for this week, so it gives me a total of 10 days for the pay period. So that's what I was shooting for. Plus you get the bonus. So that makes up for it. Yeah. So I kind of did some rough math numbers. So I'll make about $2,300 for the week with this extension day. A little over $2,300 for the week. But hey, it is what it is, right? So we'll see how next week pans out, and I'll only have 1 day off. I'll have off Monday. So tomorrow, I already know what I'm doing tomorrow. I'm going day cabbing it to Modesto, and I've been to that store on a couple occasions already, so I already know how to set up, and that might be it for the day. I got 9.5 hours on my 70, so we'll see what I can get done tomorrow. But that might be it. I might call it a short day and get that bonus and go home. And start my 1 day weekend off. And then be back to work Tuesday at 9 a.m. So at the beginning of the video, I was all pumped and positive. I'm still pumped and positive. I'm just not as pumped. It's been, you know, it's not a long day, but it's kind of short for me for today. But I stay positive all day, despite running across people that didn't seem like they were in the best of moods. So you can't let them bring you down. You can't let them bring you down. Even the guy that I got, another guy that decided I was number one again today. That was early in the day too. That was coming down the hill after I just got through Auburn, and now I'm in the Rockland area. Him and his buddy were getting on the highway. Well, there were several people getting on the highway, and I fit in between the two, and I wasn't going to move. I couldn't move. I got cars on the other side. I can't go anywhere. So I fit between the two. Now, it's not my job to fit between the two. It's their job to fit either in front of me or behind me. It's not my job to try to fit. So his driver got around and then went around and got in front of me. And then I'd say about 5 car lengths up, he decided, after he passed me, to tell me I was number one. The passenger did. So I must have pissed off the passenger, not the driver, because the driver didn't take his hands off the wheel to tell me I was number one out the window, just the passenger. It is what it is, guys. Hey, you just gotta shuck it off and not even think about it. So I showed you all my day, backing in the stores, coming around, and I went to Blue Beacon. Yes, I did. They were taking forever. I, again, picked the wrong line. Don't you hate when you pick the wrong line? You go, wow, I should have picked that other line. That line's going faster. And then it slows down. Then the other one goes faster. And then the other, and you do the jump back and forth between the lines. Well, I didn't. I stayed where I was because I picked a line. I was committed to that line. And sure enough, the line that I should have picked went a lot faster. Go figure. It is what it is, guys. But I got out of there, got the truck washed, and got back up to Sac, dropped my trailer, and now I have a lasagna in my microwave. That's my dinner for tonight, and then I get up in the morning, get out of here. I've already moved a lot of my gear out of here already, so really it's just the bedding and my bag, my overnight bag, and yeah. That's about it, really. Most of my other gear is already in my pickup truck, so when I wake up in the morning, all I have to do is hop out and go get my day cab and get on the road. So, safety tip, I kind of talked about a couple things earlier in the video about handling roundabouts. Again, roundabouts, not all of them are equal. Some of them are a little tighter, some of them are made or engineered better for trucks and semis. You just got to know which ones those are and accommodate for them. If you're unsure, always plan your route. Look at the route, see if there's any roundabouts, see if there's any weird traffic, anything that would be out of the ordinary for a trucker. I was talking to an associate at a store in Vacaville, and our system directs us to a certain driveway. How do I say that? Takes us to the driveway Walmart wants us to use. Now, we have vendors that go to the stores as well, and they do not plan as well, and then they come around the wrong corner, the wrong side of the building, and they're getting kind of not stuck, but they're getting tight, very tight in there, and they thought they had more room. Well, obviously they didn't do their research. So that was at that Vacaville store that I backed into. So when you see me coming in from the street, coming from the right side of the screen and then coming really close to the camera, well, if you go all the way back behind that, there's a back corner of the building there, or the dock, and they're trying to come around that side, and yeah, that's not a good way to come in. So always do your research. If you're not sure, ask questions, ask other drivers, find out from the dispatch. Maybe they know something, maybe they don't, but ask. You know, when I was a dispatcher, I tried to make sure I kind of knew things about the locations, so that if a driver that had never been there before had a question, I knew the answer. And how did I get that? One, I did tours. I would take my own time and go and drive around. But the other thing is, I would talk to the other drivers and find out, hey, you just went to this vendor, so talk to me about it. What is it? How is it to get in? How is it to get out? Do you check in? Is there a guard? Is there a code? What is it that you did there that made it easier for you to get in and out? So that way, when I needed to talk to another driver about it, I was able to tell them with knowledge rather than guesswork. So always do your due diligence. Ask questions. Ask. Safety tip wise, I also talked about passing lanes. So when you're in a passing lane, you're going down a highway. I was on Highway 12 and on that situation, and every so often they give you a passing lane. Well, the passing lane is not very long. It's kind of short, and cars are backing up behind you. You've got to get over, let them pass, be courteous, let them pass, and maybe if you have to, slow down. Instead of going 55, if the speed limit is 55, bring it down to 50. Let as many of them pass as possible. That way you don't have to contend with them later. But then eventually the lane is going to end and you have to get back over. So you do have to put that signal on early. Let them know. You'd be surprised. I put my signal on, giving an indication that I'm coming over. I would say a majority of drivers will let you in. I mean, maybe it's the Walmart. They like Walmart. I don't know, but they're letting me in. The other thing is, I roll down the window and put out my hand like, "Hey, I want to come over. Can you stay back there and let me in?" And they do. So, I got the signal on. I give them a left hand coming out, like a left signal, like I'm coming over. And sure enough, they'll flash the lights, or they'll just hang back there, and I give them the peace sign or the wave. And then when they get back at me, I mark my markers and let them know, "Thank you. Be courteous." They'll let you in. Not so courteous, they're going to get a little pissy. And so be careful. Starting up in intersections. I was going through an intersection, or getting ready to go through an intersection, and I always instructed my students, if you're stopped at an intersection, that's your chance to really check it out. And especially if you're turning left or turning right, you really want to assess the intersection to make sure how much room you have on either side, if you're making a right turn, or how much room you have for your left turns, that type of thing. But when you're going through or starting up in intersections, so we had this 10-point commentary and we had to rattle it off while driving. I think I've talked about that before. So starting up intersections, I'm going to go through it really fast. Starting up intersections, look left, right, back to left. Look left, right first, looking for any motor, so pedestrians, bicycles, motorcycles not obeying their traffic sign or signal. Look left second time, with first lane of traffic and going to enter. Prior to entering the intersection, check the traffic side mirror, looking for any traffic in the lane next to your vehicle that may turn in front of you. As you proceed through the intersection, check the opposite traffic side mirror to ensure you've cleared the intersection of any hazards. Why? Keeps you alive at intersections. Okay? I'll slow it down. Look left, right, and back to the left. How many of you guys are looking left, right, and then back to the left? How many are even looking left? How many of you are looking right? Or are you just going through the intersection, I got a green light, I'm not going to look? Dude, you got to look, because that's where most accidents happen, on the intersections, people not obeying their traffic sign or signal. So you're looking left, right, and back to the left. Looking left, right first, looking for any motorists or pedestrians not obeying their traffic sign or signal. Look left the second time, and this goes for most situations, not all. Look left the second time, because that's the first lane of traffic you're going to enter into. So you're coming this way. Traffic usually is coming from your left. So as you're coming in, you want to look that second time to see if anybody now is coming, because that's where you're going. Now, if you're in the city, San Francisco, you're going to have one-way streets. So sometimes you have to look right instead of left. So you want to go right, left, right. So you got to be careful with one-way streets. You want to go right, or left, right. However you want to do it, look twice. But you've got to really pay attention. So then you look in the traffic side mirror, whatever traffic side mirror that is. Again, traffic side would be where the cars are next to you, and then the opposite traffic side is where you have an island or a curb or anything else like that. So you want to check your traffic side mirror to see if there's any cars in that lane next to your vehicle that may turn in front of you, because they're in a hurry. They don't want to wait for you to turn. They don't want to wait for you to go through. They want to cut in front of you. So you got to check that. Okay? Then as you get through the intersection, maybe it's not a straight through intersection. Maybe you gotta kind of go to the right a little bit. You gotta kind of go to the left a little bit, and you gotta jog around and not hit that center median curve. So you want to check that mirror to make sure that the back of your trailer had jogged with you right or left, and that you're not going to hit the back tires on that curb. Or if it doesn't have a curb but it's a yellow line and there's a car there, you don't want to hit that car. Or if there's a pedestrian on the corner, street lights, there's a whole bunch of things that are hazards that are in the way. So you got to really pay attention. You can't just go through intersections like it's nothing. Really pay attention. So that was my safety tip for today. You can see I'm still pumped. I'm ready to eat dinner and then get to bed. I got to get up early in the morning because my partner, he usually gets here kind of early. Now I clocked out at I think like 8 o'clock or something like that. Yeah, early for me, right? Normally it's 11 o'clock or later, but or 10:45, you know. And I'm getting up at 8:45, 8:30. But I started my day early today at 8:10, 8:07 actually. But then I got done just before 8, so I got 12 hours in today, minus 2 hour or 2 meals for an hour. So really 11 hours in today, and which gives me 9.5 for tomorrow, or right around 9.5 for tomorrow. But since I clocked out at 8, I can get up as early as 6. So my plan is to get up at around 6, or get out of here by 6:35, whatever, I don't know. I want to call it an early day. So the earlier I get started to tomorrow morning, the earlier I get done. So that one day off is not just one day off. It'll be 2 days off if I get out of here early enough, or a day and a half, more towards a day and a half, more than the 34-hour reset that I need. So that's my goal for tomorrow, is to get in, get out of here, and get back here so I can get home. I got some things to do. I got to mow the front lawn. I got to watch my big TV. You know, relax, have a beer. Now, that's the only drawback. Like, a day cabber can go home at the end of the day and have a beer and come back. I have to check the regulations. I bet if I went out for dinner at a restaurant, I could have a beer with dinner. Just don't bring it back in the vehicle. I don't know. I have to look at that. I have to ask questions. I've never actually thought about having a beer while on road. Not really on road, but like on my layover, my 10 off. Because by rule, I could have at least one beer 4 hours before starting. By rule. But I don't drink that much anyway, so it's not like I'm going around grabbing beers and drinking. Man, I don't even think I have any beer in the house. I'll have to stop and get beer on my way home tomorrow just to have a beer tomorrow. Isn't that horrible? What kind of guy am I? What kind of American am I? Welcome to America. I don't even have any beer in my refrigerator. Anyway, this is Phil from Walmart Right Lane Trucking. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Stay safe.